I knew something was going to happen, and that was it. That was it. Thank God we got that done early. But yeah, so now we can actually go over the PTU. We already went over it last patch, but really, I'm just going to cover it in like 5 seconds. You get Hurston, Hurston's Moon, Lorville Landing Zone. We get, Clovis Darnley, some clothes, some armor. They decided they were going to push back some of the OCS stuff to 3.4, which, oh well, I guess we kind of expected things to continuously be pushed back.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're not seeing anything major. It would have been nice to get that little bit of improvement in performance, but who really cares?
I mean, they still have a little bit more improvement. I mean, they're only 6 out of 12 tasks on the current performance optimization, so
yeah, they still have a little bit to do.
Who knows what that is? I mean, I doubt it's going to be anything as big as OCS. That's probably just working out all the bugs and everything. Honestly, that's what it means.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to. I guess it's just general improvements. So yeah, because it doesn't say anything specific. It just says performance optimization. So the OCS was really like something that was going to be good, but it's pushed back to 3.4 now because it hasn't even been started in tasks wise. So who cares? Okay, it's like whatever. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
But
other than that, I mean, that's the really only big thing pushed back, right? OCS.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't see anything other than what we covered last podcast with the 3.4 degradation into 3.4 light. But that's
still salty over that flight model.
That's already happened, and that's that. But yeah, nothing else has been pushed back from 3.3.5. Yeah. So we've got the ship sale. That's fun.
Yeah. So the ship sale came up,
and we actually are seeing that. It starts Friday, right? The 23rd?
Yeah. The 23rd is Friday. Thanksgiving is the 22nd, so
yeah, we're getting that.
And it's always on a Thursday.
Yep, I guess it's like a what? Thanksgiving's always on a Thursday? Yeah, it's always on a Thursday.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be looking more at, I guess it's like, it should just be called like the Black Friday sale, because that's always what it is. It's only like the Black Friday. But I think so. I haven't paid attention to the other sales. I just kind of popped in and popped out. But yeah, we'll be seeing it on the Friday through the 4th of December. So you've got about a week and a half, a little bit more than a week and a half.
Yeah. That's a good way to get through all of the manufacturers. I mean, what the anniversary promotion says is starting November 23rd at 8 a.m. PST. Yeah, so as we were saying, they're gonna do a different ship manufacturer, much like the Free Fly event in game, every day.
Yeah, it kind of switches up. Yeah, we're getting like each different day. There's a different manufacturer that's giving the ships out. So you can't use all the ships the entire free flight. You have to use a 24-hour period where you get like Anvil, RSI is 24 hours, Anvil's 24 hours, Drake will be 24 hours, and that'll pretty much go hand in hand with the ship sale. So they're probably trying to get so you could test out ships, feel which one you like, and then buy what you want pretty much from the store and spend $800 on one ship and then cry later.
Yeah, how much do you think the new ship coming up, the Arrow is going to be?
Arrow? I heard it's like a light fighter, so probably like
that's what I've heard.
I'm guessing it's probably going to be $60 to $100 minimum.
But I mean, do we really need another light fighter?
Do we really need there's a lot of things we could use.
We have almost all of like the Origin ships. We have those would be classified as light fighters. We have the Gladius.
The Mustangs are pretty much light fighters, I guess, in a sense.
I mean, Saber's not really a light. I mean, would you consider the Saber? Yeah, Saber's a light
Saber
fighter.
Like a medium fighter? Isn't it's like in that fighter range, but like fighters in general.
It says favoring agility over durability. The ship is light, sleek, and deadly. So I think that is a light fighter.
Is the Buccaneer?
And the Buccaneer. The Buccaneer is also a light fighter.
Yeah, so we're seeing.
Well, I mean, it depends what you classify a light fighter as. Can it take a lot of damage? I mean, a light fighter is that can't take a lot of damage, or
more speed and like hit and run, I guess.
More speed. Okay.
Yeah, I think the light fighter is just like Buccaneer. Weaker, quicker, and this one's actually Anvil, so it's going to be more military based. So it's probably going to be something that's going to be core for Squadron 42. Since it's
I mean, a lot of people are saying this is an Arrow. A lot of people are saying this is an Arrow. It's going to be like some like really fast ship that just flies really fast in a straight line. But I think people are reading too much into that.
Yeah. Sometimes the names don't really like the Mustang. Like it's a fast, I guess, and it looks pretty. Does that make it like the Mustang of real life? Like I guess, oh well.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
yeah. And the Titan armor, I know everyone's been speculating on that. The chance that it's definitely not going to come out with anything more than a concept sale if it does, because they already specifically said it's still in concept. They haven't really gone much farther with it. So
no, I mean there's a lot of things they have to work out on it. They have to work out where it's gonna fit, like what weapons. They had the whole thing where size 1 weapons they were gonna put on it, but they couldn't get it to work because they were just too big. So
they have to have like specialized weapons probably for it, something that's like in between like small arms and then like ship weapons. So hopefully we get some cool stuff, because
I'd either
really
like
fun.
it to be like the Max from PlanetSide 2 or the hard suit from Blacklight Retribution. Maybe the hard suit from Blacklight's a little too big.
Yeah, it's kind of mechy. It's more mechy compared to the Max suits. But I mean, I like the Blacklight hard suits, even though
cool.
people kept.
Yeah, the hard suits were really nice and Blacklight.
Yeah, they were fun to use, even though everyone called them cheese. But hopefully they have these Titan suits have like a good place. Like I said, it's gonna add like a whole new level of gameplay in. To a point where it's going to be like a whole different class, and it's actually going to be able to be like a mobile turret in some places guarding landing pads. They don't know what it's going to fit in, and so on and so forth. But that's all speculation. We hear everyone like, let's see how many videos I can make on the same exact topic, speculating how it's going to be. But we're gonna get that out of the way, because we don't want to say anything that's definite, because we all know in Star Citizen nothing's definite and everything's delayed. So
I mean, how much do you think? How much do you guys think it's going to be? I'll start with you, Smerson. Concept for it. Just speculating right now. We have no idea.
Honestly, I don't even know. What do you think, Kier?
Knowing they're gonna milk it, probably $150 to $250 minimum for like the base model, and there's probably going to be like a military variant, a moving variant. Like I bet they're going to come out with like a racing variant, considering how much racing variants they have in this game. It's just going to be like a really quick one that has nothing on it.
They really want racing to work.
Yeah, they have so many racing variants. So I want to run super fast in like a spinny mech thingy on the planet. So give it to me for free. I beg, please. I want all of it for free.
I hope they would at least have cheaper variants.
Probably going to be like a stripped one.
Nah,
close to 100, but less than 100.
Nah, this is the first ever. This is like a unique thing. This is like a rare thing. So it's kind of the same as when the Vandal ships and all the alien ships are sold. The price is jacked up really high. Just even though their comparisons aren't nearly as expensive. They're a lot more because they're exotic. So I definitely guarantee the Titan suit's going to be probably $200.
Muy expensive.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be nice and juicy, that's for sure. But that pretty much covers the anniversary sale. There's nothing really else that we could think of. You think they're going to come out with like a secret ship that and just release it like flight ready, or do you think it's just going to be like the Anvil Arrow?
Well, I mean that's what people were speculating, because remember how the Valkyrie came out and
it was out of nowhere,
and then it immediately came out, like it was just instant, and that's a pretty big ship. A lot of people are saying the arrows might be like that. They might. Yeah. Do you think that that's gonna be the new model from now on? Like they're gonna just sell a ship and then release it right away? I mean, you can't do that obviously with all the big ships.
It'd surely be nice, because then everyone gets to use and fly what they just bought. So I mean, if they kept coming out with that, like maybe releasing one or two ships that are either like almost like hangar ready or like flight ready, because if I buy something, I at least want to be able to look at it in my hangar. So I mean, I'd be fine with that if the anniversary sale had the Arrow like concept sale for the Titan armor, and then like one other ship they dropped like immediately if the Arrow isn't flyable right away. But I don't think there's going to be anything other than the Arrow, honestly. So I'm not going to get my hopes too high.
Yeah, no.
Especially because I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy anything. Because like everything's going to be like hundreds of dollars, dude. I'm poor. Like, why?
I am done buying stuff. I bought the Avenger. I bought the Aurora, like everyone almost did. Then I upgraded to the Avenger Stalker before there was a Titan. So I'm a little pissed off about that they're now saying you can't take the prison pods out, even though that was guaranteed that you could.
Modular. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, who knows if that's going to happen now. And then I bought a M50 because $50 LTI token. That's definitely worth it. And then I bought the Nox as well because I went on a bike, and that was LTI as well. And I rarely ever fly the M50. The M50. M50? Am I saying
Yeah,
the right?
it's
No,
an M50, right?
no, not M50. I'm sorry.
This is
I
the
bought
Merlin?
the
The
85X. No, I bought the 85X.
Oh, yeah, that's like the small...
The 85X
Origin.
is
Isn't it
the
Origin? Jumpworks?
the 600, not the 600i, the 890 jumps fighter. That's
Yeah,
the 85X.
yeah, okay.
That's its snub fighter, but it has a quantum drive and it can seat 2 people, which is why I got it, because I didn't have a ship that could seat more than one person, and then obviously the Nox. So.
Would you be thinking about upgrading anything, Smurfson, or are you just going to stick with your Aurora for now?
No, I definitely want to look into getting a new ship, a better ship than the Aurora.
Aurora's got to do.
I don't want to spend hundreds on it, but
no. I mean, right now you could
that's-
probably get away with like upgrading, spend like $30-$40 and getting like a decent like light or medium fighter. Considering you're already at like a $45 game package.
Even still, the Cutlass is the best bang for your buck.
Cutlass.
The only
reason I'd ever upgrade right now is if they release some like amazing, like ship that's similar to the Cutlass. That's like a multi-role vessel. That's only like $5 or $10 up, because I don't want to go to the Freelancer unless the rework's amazing.
Well, I think you should wait, Smurfson. And wait till what the new 600 series is, and the new Origin Jump series is going to be, like the 100i, 300i. What is that called? The 100 series? I forget what it's called.
I have no idea. I don't know what their series is going to be.
We should wait till the rework comes in that for what, 3.4, I believe, or 3.5.
I think 3.4 is the Freelancer redo, and then I think 3.5 is going to be the 300 300 series.
The 300 series.
That's what you're talking about?
The 300 series getting reworked, yep.
Yeah.
You should wait till that. You might like one of those. So,
yeah.
300i, 315, 325, 350.
Unless there's something magical.
There are.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. They do. It's like a strip variant, a racing variant, a military variant, like an interdiction variant. There's always like that for all these ships. So you have so much stuff.
Yeah. So wait till that
military
happens.
Variant. Yeah.
Either that or
unless you see something magical on the sale.
Either that or wait till they come out, or wait till they make the Reliant series better.
Yeah, the core and stuff, or whatever it's called.
Well, the Mako's pretty cool, but yeah, the core and everything, they're just kind of useless.
Yeah,
the only
the
only reason why I'd melt any of my ships to get a new one, if I was even able to buy it, would be if the Redeemer rework comes out as like an amazing gunship. Has to have cargo in it though, and it's like this amazing cool thing. I would definitely melt all my stuff to get that.
Maybe that's a dream. It's a dream at this point.
That's the dream. Yep.
So we talked about the free flight a little bit, and that's going from the same day as the sale, so that's November 23rd, to the end of November, which is the 30th, unless this is a 31 month. No, it's only 30 month. Yeah, so we're seeing that till the end of November, and that's when you get to test out the ships, and the anniversary sale goes longer, so you have time to decide. But they're doing it in a like a day by day, like a 24-hour, like we mentioned, like manufacturer free fly. So, if you want to go over and talk about like the day-to-day thing, like the schedule for the free flight.
The free fly?
Yeah, like which manufacturers and what stuff.
Yeah, so the first day, November 23rd, which is the day after Thanksgiving, so that's going to be Friday, Black Friday for everyone. It's basically Anvil Aerospace, so you can fly every single ship in Anvil Aerospace. So that's the ships like the Arrow. Did not know the Gladiator was actually Anvil Aerospace. This is all the Hornets, the Hurricane, Terrapin, Valkyrie. So basically, they basically make a bunch of fighters. That's if you want to play around in a fighter, definitely play on Black Friday. All right, then after that, you have November 24th, Saturday, and that's all the Robert Space Industry ships. So all the Auroras, all the Constellations, and the Ursa rover. Next day, Sunday, November 25th, all the Origin Jumpworks ships, which is, let's be honest, they all need literally about more than half of them, 75% of them need a rework. Actually, I'd say 100% of them need a rework, because the 600i also needs to get fixed. I think they said they're reworking it as well. So
I think so. Yeah.
That's just the day to avoid, really. I mean, unless you want to play in some pretty crappy ships.
Outdated stuff. Yeah, especially the 300 series, because that's kind of disgusting right now.
November 26th, that's one of my favorite days, just because I love Aegis. You have all the stalkers. You have not all the stalkers. You have all the Avengers. So every single variant for the Avengers. You have the Eclipse, which is the stealth bomber. We saw that cinematic where he goes and bombs the Idris facility. You have the Gladiuses. You have the Reclaimer, which is the big giant salvaging ship that came out, largest ship to date in the verse. Then you have the Retaliator, Saber, all the Saber variants, and the Vanguard series, which also needs a rework, but still pretty cool. We all want that really heavy fighter. And obviously, what everyone's going to be spawning on November 26th is the Hammerhead. The servers are going to be dead that day, and that's a Sunday, I believe. Yep. So they will not be there to patch any of the servers. So
yep, yeah, they'll be gone.
Just when you're playing, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Hammerheads will be everywhere. But if you haven't gotten a chance to go to Hammerhead yet, remember Sunday, November 26th. Next November 27th, Drake Interplanetary. So all your Caterpillars, your Cutlasses, your Dragonflies, the Buccaneer. Buccaneer is a pretty cool ship. The Herald Buccaneer, if you want to. It's a glass cannon, basically. If you ever played any kind of MOBA or any kind of FPS, Buccaneer is a glass cannon. Super, super weak. But, man, does that thing pack a lot of firepower. You ever seen it shoot?
No, doesn't it have like 4 or 5 guns or something like that?
It has like 2 I think it has 6 guns. It has a turret on the top. It has 2 Gatlings on the body, and it has 2 Gatlings on the wings, and then I think a couple of repeaters on the body. So it's ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, I saw it. You could buy it in the shop right now, but I kind of thought since it's like paper, pretty much. It's hard to use. Really, you have to be good to really use it properly.
It looks like one of your more classic Star Wars fighters, though. It looks a lot like I think it's an A-wing.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like the two giant wings on the sides, the really skinny body.
Yeah, if I'm gonna go look at the it kind of has that feel. It looks like a I don't know, like a mix between like the Y-wing and an X-wing. It's kind of weird.
Yes, a little bit, yeah. It's like if the X-wing didn't. It's like if the X-wing didn't have his wings fold, or didn't have his wings turned into an X. What else we got? Oh yeah, November 28th, the Alien Manufacturers. So these are all pretty rare ships you can't usually get most of the time, especially all the Vandal ships. Those were sold or given away really early on in the development. So if you haven't gotten a chance to fly them or don't know anyone to fly them, November 28th is your day to do that. So you got the Cartual, you got the Noxes, and you got the Vandal Glaive and the Blade.
Those are fun. That's a fun day.
The Blade is... What's the difference between the Glaive and the Blade? I'm reading here, it says the Glaive is the light fighter. Is the Glaive the one we saw in the original... Is that the one with the giant...
I think the Glaive is the original one, right? And then the Blade... I actually don't know what the difference between them, because they kind of look very similar. Or like, maybe I'm completely...
Well, is the Glaive the one with the giant blade on the side, or is that the actual Vandal blade?
The blade has 2 wings, and it's the one pictured there in that image on the site. That's the blade. Yeah. So
then the Glaive is the one with
the big blades, which is really weird.
It's considering kind of backwards.
Considering that the Glaive has the blades and the Blade doesn't have the blades. Even though I like the Blade's design better, considering it's more modern for their development.
Well, you know the reason why they changed the way the Vandal ships look, right? To be organic from like the junkyard thing is because there was the structure, the geometry of it was too sharp and jagged, and it created too many polygons, and it increased performance a lot or decreased performance a lot.
Oh,
so they made it more smooth, flowing lines.
I personally like the new design better. Honestly, it looks more alien instead of like pirate,
like a junkyard.
Horrible pirate junkie. Because the Vandal aren't like just junkers that go around just taking stuff. They're actually like a deadly force, like a tribal.
Well, I mean, they kind of are though.
They kind of are, but like,
them. I mean, they
like
adapt
tribal.
technology into it. So that's I kind of like the old design more because it kind of felt like they were
it
just
fits
like
them better.
They were shoving stuff on their ships.
Yeah. I wish it still had those big blades though. I hope if they redesign the glaive that it still keeps those giant
I think it's already been redesigned, hasn't it?
it kind of looks. I think they might have done a rework, but they're probably knowing that they're probably going to do a whole nother one.
They do so many reworks in this game. Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, so November 29th. That is that is what Misk. That is Misk. I always catches me
Musashi,
a little bit off when it's Musashi Industrial and Starlight Concern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone calls it Misk. So that's all your freelancers, your prospector, the razors. Really, the razor. There's what? The razor has different variants? I did not know that.
Yeah, it's. They have, like I told you, they have like variants for everything. Like this definitely probably has a straight line speed. Yeah, this is probably like a what do they call those? Drag
racing.
LX
and the EX version.
Yeah,
a stealth version of the razor. I keep thinking about racing in this game, and the more you think about it, it's like how often people crash. It's racing can't be done through the fixture of it being in the real world. Like it has to be done through the sim pod. So then dying doesn't actually cause you to die. Because otherwise you're going to have to make it so that people either A, die, and they lose all their stuff, they lose their ship because they ran into a wall or something. Or B, you make everyone invincible, and that completely destroys immersion if you're trying to actually have a real race.
I want death races.
It's the same problem they're having with the death races now.
I want death races. I want some death race that people know there's like a huge prize at the end, but they know there's probably only going to be like one person at the end. Like everyone's just going to die.
They're going to have to do it through the sim pod. That's what they're going to have to do it through. They have a video game environment where they can fake all this stuff and still have it be in the lore.
It's complex. I mean,
I don't know. I think there would be more worth if you risked your shit just for this, especially if the reward is good enough.
Yeah, I'd like to see a in-game real death race, like not like a official hosted one, but like some like back alley one. Like people putting together like a death race in the back where it's like get to here and you can kill each other. Like even if it's community driven, like I don't mind that. It'd be fun.
Yeah, but it's like think about how often people run into stuff now. It's like
hopefully the new flight model.
I mean, you'd have to have a giant reward, and you can't have that all the time. So people to risk it though. I mean, like races. I mean, people want to have races as a profession, so they want to be doing it. They want to have the same amount of gameplay content than other professions do. And if the way you're talking about it's that you'd have it like maybe like once a week, you'd have some kind of like big event like this because otherwise it's too easy to die. And
I don't want it to be the only event. I want it to be like some back alley street racing stuff that is like off the official charts.
I'm saying I think it'd be so much easier to have it done through the sim pod.
It would,
so that death isn't a problem.
Isn't such a deterrent.
Like if you want to, if you want to have the occasional like real life death race in the verse, like with your real ships where you're dying actually kills you, then yeah. What you have to remember is that we're going off the idea that dying in this game, we still don't know we still don't know like what a death means and how often we should be having a death and how much of a problem it is. Like other games, we know what a death means. It's kind of hard to quantify, like unless you play the game a lot. Like in a game like in any like FPS arena shooter, like Smurf, you play a lot of Titanfall. Like dying doesn't really mean anything, right? I mean, because it's
I'd say not.
No, as opposed to
like a survival game, like Ark,
like a survival game, or take an MMO like RuneScape. I mean, dying in that game, I mean, depends on what you have on you, but that can lose hundreds or thousands of hours of work. I mean,
millions of gold.
I mean, people quit the game over losing stuff like that, and there's very few people to actually risk losing all that. So is that going to be the situation where if you have it if you don't do it through the sim pod, you have it in IRL in the game, then you're just not going to get that many people doing it, and that's not going to be fun. You want a lot of people playing this stuff, so I think it has to be done through the sim pod. But like I said, if they want to have these occasional super dangerous things for lots of money in the real world, in the real verse, go right ahead. But I don't think you're going to get a lot of people willing to take that chance.
No, bro.
Yeah, no, you need to have a reward that's big enough, especially if it's a huge risk of dying. But like those who do happen to make it, they get rewarded for it. It's a risk to take, but it's a risk you have to decide on taking.
Yeah, exactly. But that's Misk. Yeah. That was the Misk talk.
Yeah.
But then we have the last day, which is a lot.
Let me get back to it. We have the Kruger, the Argo, the Tumbrel, the Consolidated Outland. Although Consolidated Outland just gets like thrown in with everyone else. So
yeah,
all the snub fighters and the Cyclone variants and all the Mustangs. So that's what you get right there. Oh, and I forgot the Argo is called the MPUV or something.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Yeah, so.
Oh, I just realized we had someone typing in the chat. That was Tommy750. Oh man, Tomo750, you're still here, man. I'm so sorry. We're not used to having actual people in the chat, so I'll be checking that occasionally from now on. So if you guys have any questions, just let us know in the chat and we'll answer them. We don't have really a question thing set up right now, but maybe in the future when we start getting a couple more people, we'll do that.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw the follow, but we were so deep into it, I totally
Smurf, are you also watching the stream right now?
I just have it in the background.
Okay, so that's where the 2 viewers are coming from. Got it. Because I'm watching it and you're watching it.
We got a third one too.
There was 3.
No, he disappeared.
Oh.
Or they disappeared. Rip.
Oh well. Get back into it.
Yeah. So then that's all that, and then that's all those Cyclones. You like ground vehicles? Cyclone, I've heard, is very akin to the Warthog from Halo, which, I mean, if you ever driven that, feels like a dream. So, and then the Mustang series, which actually just got reworked, so that might be a nice day for people to check that out. I think the Mustang Alpha was what? That was free to fly the beta was free to fly, correct? Was it the Delta Alpha tire in the PTU? Was it the Delta?
I think it might have been the Alpha, or I don't know. Well, in the recent PTU.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Alpha, right? It was the Citizen Con Alpha version, I think, or was it like a special variant, like the Citizen Con variant, which had trash guns that no one should ever use, because it had like 2 size 1 guns on the front.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's that.
To be honest, I think I'm personally excited for testing out the Prospector. I think it'd be cool to be a miner.
Yeah, the Prospector is fun.
Yeah, I mean, the mining gameplay, I've heard it takes a lot of skill in this game. So,
yeah.
I have not met anyone that has a Prospector yet to let me try it out, but I've seen the gameplay of it. It looks pretty interesting. Not my cup of tea, particularly, but...
But yeah, I mean, like some of the large ships, like maybe like I might get into like salvaging at like some point, just as like a side thing. I mean, we can always just rip things out from like people we end up destroying, steal their goodies.
Yeah.
But I mean, mining can be fun. Yeah, kill and profit. Yeah. So the last thing for the news part, this isn't really news. Well, this part's news. The telemetry tool's out. That's been out for almost 2 weeks. We totally forgot to mention it last time. It really just takes your performance in game and ranks it on like a huge chart with other people. It tells you what the recommended settings are currently, where you're at, where everyone else is at in the spread. But that's that. But my news is I saw Recco Battaglia for the first time, whatever you want to call her. She's the most disgusting looking human being in the verse. The roadmap shows her at this huge buff cyborg, and then you get in, she's this like mutated ginger from the deep depths of an asteroid, dude. She's so ugly. She looks nothing like the roadmap. Nothing. She's not ripped. She's skinny. She's got like 25% BMI, and she's just not. She's not. I was like, I went up to her and I was like, dude, she's gonna be this massive, ripped cyborg, this beefy woman who's gonna manhandle you and tell you what to do.
You're right. The concept art of her, she has hair in the concept art. Like she has like big curly hair going all the way down.
Yeah, this thing she has like some straight, short cut hair.
She's got like a really like defined jaw and stuff
dude,
like that.
She's like this meaty, like murder you face. But in the game, she's so disgusting. She's just
she looks so skinny. Oh, it's because the body type. No, that's why. I guarantee it's because they don't have. She's
like
she's
DNA
using
stuff
she's using she's using the male characters, the male model. Because remember the female models aren't in yet. Female models are supposedly coming in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, female characters coming in 3.5.
Hopefully she actually turns out to be like the decent thing from the picture, because if not, I'm gonna cry. Because she used to look really, she like in the concept art she looks awesome, but then not in the regular one. So in the actual game. So that's my news. That's my news. I almost cried when I saw her. But that's that. That's that. So we actually got her. I mean, I could discuss that for the next 6 hours, how disgusting she looks, but we have the real discussion.
She'll get better, so it's a work in progress. Yeah, like everyone always says.
It'll eventually get better someday.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But we get our actual discussion. Where are we going to talk?
Actual discussion for
since Hurston and stuff is coming out, we have all these new planets, ArcCorp coming up. We're getting our first real visitable planet. We want to discuss with you guys and explain kind of how the planetary generations works, city generation, moons, biomes. If you didn't see the panel at CitizenCon, it's called Biome on the Range. That describes how they build like the actual organic biomes and planets and moons and rocky surfaces and stuff. That's fun and that's cool to look at. So we can get started on that actually. So we can finally, because that's the topic that probably everyone wants to see, because we want good, like well-generated planets that are interesting, diverse, yet doesn't take them 6 million years to come out with the 100 systems that they promised us.
So I mean, in terms of like plants and everything like that, we can talk about the moons, I guess, real quick. I mean, how long does it really take them to make a moon? Like, and what goes on a moon? And honestly, I mean, moons don't take them that long. I mean, they've shown how fast they can actually make moons. Moons are ridiculously easy to make. I mean, they've shown in the Planet Ed creator how simple, but they're simple. That comes with a cost, though, is that they're extremely devoid of content. I mean, they created remember in I think it was 2016 or maybe it was 2017. I think it was 2017 when before 3.0 came out, they were hyping up like the Outpost. They spent like months hyping up the Outpost creation builder, like the procedural Outposts work they had done. And it's like, all right, cool, yeah, the Outposts kind of look different, but I mean they're all boxes. I mean, once you've been in one, it's like, all right, okay.
Kind of generally the same. It's kind of like Warframe in a sense. Like they have like these what do they call them? It's like templates for each different like general biome where it's the same looking. Everything looks kind of the same, but the shape's just a little bit different enough where it's like, okay, this is a different tile set than the last area, but it's the same exact look. That's kind of what they were going for, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not magical. Like I want good looking outposts and stuff on these moons and stuff, but I don't want them to all look so similar that it's like, okay, the next area we go into, there's going to be this room here, and he's probably going to be hiding there because that's a good hiding spot. So I hope it's not tile sets like that, like so simple and similar that you can tell exactly the best hiding spots in that room. Because then it's gonna suck, like really gonna suck.
They need multiple floors and levels. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna go about that. I'm sure they have their own little plans, but in reality, they have to make it interesting, or it's gonna be boring, and no one's gonna ever want to go to any outpost.
I mean, what is there to do on a moon right now? I mean, you can go to an outpost, pick up a box,
look around,
then you can go mine if you have a prospector, and then you can like fly around. I mean, that's it. So, I mean, there's no places to take. Like, there's like a place hold up with NPCs. You have to go there. You have to kill the NPCs. Like, it's some kind of like fortress you have to take over or whatever. And there's no like pirate camps where you can go in and That'd be cool. Like a pirate camp, you can go in and raid and kill all of them and then take all their stuff. Kind of like the remember the CitizenCon 2016 demo where they attacked with a giant sandworm, like he had the infiltrator and do all that. Like yeah, something like that. That'd be cool. I mean, that could be on a moon. But right now, moons they're super easy to make, super quick, but there's just not a lot of content.
Bland the biomes. Hopefully, some of the moons aren't like just rocky or icy or barren areas. Hopefully, they have like some kind of wildlife maybe on some moons.
Yeah.
But the main thing I think moons are going to be used for is probably just people building their bases. Really, like because it's like so much open land. There's like nothing to do. Probably going to be caves whenever they come out with a cave generating system and stuff. We'll see people building bases in caves. So
they're gonna have to balance that out because you're just gonna get the same thing that survival games get all the time, and that's just cover up the cave with walls and stuff, and that's it.
Yeah. If they do anything like Ark, they better not.
Oh, jeez.
I'll cry.
That would be awful if they did.
I remember playing Ark with you guys, and it was just trying to infiltrate the cave that people blocked with giant walls and giant
massive metal
and
doors, and it was just
the behemoth gates. That's what
they came out with the behemoth gates, and it just was disappointment all across the board.
So, I mean, I think Star Citizen has the opportunity to have pretty decent base building, but they really have to take a look at all the base building. I mean, because what game has ever really done base building correctly that has the base stay there persistently? I mean, they talk about being able to defend your base with auto turrets and everything, but it's like AI like that can only do so much. I mean, how many times have you come back and no matter how many protections you have, unless you spend hundreds of hours defending your base in a survival game, where you come back and it's raided. Because there's always gaps people can find. And the amount of effort and time it takes to make the stuff to be able to raid a base is significantly less than what it takes in order to build it. So it's just
I think the only thing I can think of is like the faction system that Minecraft set up on some servers, where you would have ways in which your base could be protected for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you kind of had power. It was nice to have, and there was ways to destroy the bases and steal stuff still. Yeah. But it wasn't like I feel like if they were to work on that in a way, not necessarily make it like impossible to destroy stuff with hand tools or something, but have it like I don't know, like an external alarm system, something that'll go to your phone or something. Even if it goes to your phone, like who's gonna look at their phone and be like, "Oh no, my base is under attack. Better go back home." Oh God, it's Thanksgiving
like,
with my
work,
family.
Yeah.
I gotta go home, guys. I gotta go protect my Star Citizen base. I'll be back in an hour. Like, there's got to be something, like stashes that you can hide deep underground or something. You know where it is with like some ping.
Well, I mean, underground. I mean. You'd have to be able to dig. I mean, otherwise they have to actually make that place. Yeah, so what, are they going to make like a whole honeycomb of stuff underground? I mean, that'd be cool. That
take them another 6 million years.
Super cool. Like if they made a moon with like, I mean, obviously you can't honeycomb the entire moon.
Like an ant colony.
Giant. Yeah, but like like an underground facility that's like it's like dirt and everything, like kind of like an alien species dirt.
Like an ant colony.
I don't know. It's like. I mean, all of them are kind of advanced. I don't think anyone really lives in caves or
I don't think
or stuff like that. But I think that'd be a cool thing to find, like the worms or whatever. I mean, this is so far in the future. I mean, this is like, but I mean, CIG next patch. Come on, you got to do this. Have the giant
Ender's Game,
the giant
aliens.
worms. Have the giant worms dig holes underground that we can travel through, please.
We can use them as pets to make secret caves like El Chapo.
Yeah. Yep. That'd be cool. But, I mean, they'd have to have voxel technology, wouldn't they?
I don't know what they'd have to do. They're probably going to make their own if they do anything. Knowing them.
They're not going to go to the extreme because people are going to destroy these moons.
Yeah. People would shred it.
People like to say all the time, it's, oh, these moons are giant. So you won't be able to find anyone's base. You won't be able to, like, destroy them even if everyone puts an outpost down or whatever. I remember them making the claim that if everyone in the game bought a land claim right now, they could put them all on one moon and there would still be enough room. And I'm like, yeah, but that's talking about if you put them in a grid-like pattern right next to each other. That's not how the real gameplay is going to be.
No
when you have hundreds or thousands of players visiting a planet, over the course of like a week, they're gonna find stuff. It's like how quickly are Easter eggs in games found within like the first week? I mean, everyone's already found and discovered everything. Everyone's already min-maxed everything. That's just the nature of games, of gamers. They want to know everything. They're gonna go to the ends of the earth to find it. So
you spend hours and hours, countless hours. And like, have you ever been on a Minecraft faction servers? You walk out of the spawn zone and it looks like no man's land. Like we can't give like people the ability to freely create things because the moons will be destroyed because people don't know how to behave. There's always that group of people who's just gonna destroy everything. No explosives, no underground explosives, please, because we're gonna be missing half the moon. Maybe have like events like asteroids that make some craters. You get some craters that have like a cool crater base, like in PlanetSide. Other than that, no, please, because we're gonna be missing moons. Can we have a Death Star? That'd be nice. I want a Death Star. I want a planet cracker.
Their version of the Death Star is the King ship.
I want a planet cracker. I want to be able to blow up Hurston. That'd be interesting.
Please help me blow up Cellin, because that place is just so boring. It's just so ugly to look at.
So many places are just ugly. And then, the Biome on the Range explained it pretty well how they do it. They really set out like they do like a different mapping where it's like
first of all, we talking about the Biome on the Range is the CitizenCon demo panel, correct?
Yeah, that's where they described how they make biomes on these planets, not cities, but simply just like natural biomes like trees. They like map out the surface, like the height map they create. So you can have like, oh, I want the hill here, mountains here, and it's not like they have to place it individually. It spawns it across procedurally. And then they go from there to create and spread out and mesh all the actual biomes across that plane and give it color and like texture and everything. And that's pretty simple. Like he was able to make like a planet or something in whatever time he was there. He was able to set up like a quick mediocre one within like 30 minutes. And show us everything. So the moons, like we talk about, quick, easy, even planets without buildings or cities on them, quick and easy. Because you're just creating this barren wasteland of nothing. We don't have any fauna. We don't have any kind of animals yet. Nothing.
No.
Do we have any animals? We don't. Do we have like birds?
They showed some animals. Remember, they showed some animals last year.
Yeah.
2017. Or they show like those like bug things that floated.
Yeah. And the worm. I guess that's an animal. Yeah. It's the giant sandworm. But other than that, these planets are pretty barren. Other than Hurston. Hurston's the only one right now that really has anything interesting. Because I can go shopping. That's right now. That's what we got. We can go shopping.
I mean, that's about it.
Go shopping and look at people wearing plastic bags on their heads. But I mean, like Smurfson, if you were to really have one thing to be interesting on these barren planets, like to make it like actually something explorable, what would you want to find out of everything? Because if I'm going to go exploring, I want to find something interesting on these planets and moons, because I know I'm just going to be wasting my time if they don't say like, well, there might be something interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something that the planet looks barren, but you start like going exploring the planet a lot deeper and you find something interesting, like, I don't know, like civilization somewhere, like you find a cave and you look in and there's this huge city under the ground, and it's like, wow.
I mean, that would be pretty cool, because if you've watched
that would be,
what is it, was it in Star Wars Rebels where they went underground into that like
how dare you
how dare you
reference that show,
how dare you. Yeah, but that was cool. And if you watched Full Metal Alchemist too.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of that. I don't know the film's name, but like they went underground and there was
there's stuff.
It was like just this huge city and there was Hitler on a dinosaur.
Iron Skies?
Hitler on a dinosaur. That's Iron Skies. Yeah. That's not an underground
was
city. That was the center of the earth. And Sarah Palin went.
Same thing.
Sarah
like
Palin went down there, and Hitler was riding a T-Rex.
Isn't that like City of Ashes or something too? Don't they have like an underground city or something weird? I don't remember.
I mean, there's so many different things in media or entertainment that have underground cities.
Dwarves.
I mean, overall, they just need to add variety to the planets. If they're all barren, it's going to be like, what's the point of exploring
all the moons, especially? Yeah.
I mean,
there's this moon, but like
about,
there's nothing on it.
How do other MMOs like really entertain you though? I mean, it's like when you go really to a place in an MMO, like
you're going for loot.
What is there for you to do? You go there for loot, yeah. Definitely go there for loot. I mean, you have to go there to buy stuff.
Yeah,
go into the cities.
I think there's just like a few places that have like if there's a planet that has like good resources, go there and mine.
I think that's a big thing. Mining is really why people are going to go to some of these moons and asteroids.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason.
They need to have mountains or something like that. I mean, it's like, I know it's like trying to make it realistic, but I mean, these moons need to have huge ass mountains.
Something.
No,
really
I think they should be flat.
Yeah, they should be flat mountains.
Nothing.
Just.
I mean, there's a little bit of it right now.
Volcanoes, but they're ground level.
Yeah, they're like flat. They don't actually give off lava. So.
I think, yeah, they should have mountains.
I mean, mountains would be cool. I mean, there's so much. Right now, it's basically a minimally height differenced area, like variation in height with colors and like rocks. Like that's what we have right now. But I mean, Hearthstone obviously brings new stuff to the table. We're seeing like a flora, we're seeing trees, plants, and stuff like that, like the forests there. That's interesting, and it's nice. It's pretty. I like walking through. Like Ark, if I were to say one thing that made me want to throw up an Ark, it had to be walking through the forests and it all being like some really horrible watercolored paint texture.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty disgusting, honestly. But I mean, some of the sites on Ark were really cool, like going on some of the mountains, like you're talking about, like going up high. But really, if I'm going to walk through these forests, and everyone takes screenshots and posts them on the Reddit, like, all right, thank you for posting that. I definitely could not see that in game myself. Thank you for giving it 2,000 upvotes. Definitely couldn't have seen that myself, but better post some more. I want to see that in 2K, 4K, and 8K.
Get that juicy karma.
Get that good karma. But like
screenshots.
Yeah, I want to be able to have those moments constantly in the game. Like I want to always be like, that looks nice. Like I don't want to go through like this whole place is ugly. Everything's ugly. Obviously, there's got to be ugly places like moons and.
I know.
Yeah, but like. Yeah. I don't want to have to go to the Reddit and look at screenshots to entertain myself, because then I'm gonna want to die. I'm just not gonna want to play if I have to.
It's like you can look at that pretty stuff. I mean, but it has to be something to do there. I don't understand these people. Like, I don't think these people get it. It's like, oh man, it's like I've earned my money back from this game because of how pretty it is, and I've been able to look around and see how pretty it is. Like, I've earned my money back, and I'm like, your standard is so low then for what you get out of a video game. It's like people are like, oh, I'm just gonna explore the verse, and that's all I'm gonna be doing. It's like I'm just gonna be looking at all the pretty cool stuff there and exploring. I'm like, why are you playing a video game? Then go outside. Like, why are you
go to Africa? They have lots of nature.
I know, seriously, it's like you can find a lot cooler stuff right now in other countries than you can in this game. I mean, even in the future, it's like this right now. The game it's currently a wallpaper simulator. That's what it is. Wallpaper generator simulator.
Yeah, there's games dedicated to being a relaxful, peaceful, no gameplay, just walk around and look at things. Like Proteus. I had Proteus, and it's like a pixel like art game. There's no mobs that are gonna murder you. There's nothing really to do. You just walk around, listen to the music, and like take in the scenery. Those games are fun. Yeah. But that's what those games are for. You go and you look at the stuff and listen with all like the ambient music and the sounds of like crickets and whatnot. But like if I buy Star Citizen, I'm not going to buy it to go on a moon and like sit there and eat my spaghetti while I'm listening and looking at the sunset. Cause like okay, let me lay this out right now. This is an unpopular opinion, but how pathetic is it if you sit inside on a planet and you're like, oh my God, the sunset's so beautiful as the real sunset's going on outside your window. How sad is that? Like, please go outside. Like, I get it's pretty, and you don't actually have to use your legs, but
you don't have to use your legs to go outside.
I mean, the whole point of a video game is to experience stuff you can't experience in real life.
Yeah. So like, it's so pretty. It's in 4K. Well, that's in whatever K outside.
It's in infinite K.
It's in infinite K, but your eyes can only see 30 FPS. So obviously. But really, like we see this, like it's okay. JPEG Simulator 2022. Yeah. But hopefully we have enough to do where I don't have to sit and just look at things and being like, okay, that's what I'm going to do in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, there needs to be content. I mean, like, okay, let's really think. Like, I mean, what are the MMOs you guys have played the most?
RuneScape.
Like
I played
traditional
RuneScape.
Yeah, RuneScape is basically what I played the most.
Little bit of Warcraft, World of Warcraft. Black Desert Online.
What about you, Smerson? What do you play?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Did you play MapleStory?
Yeah, MapleStory. That's a big one I played. And I played Dead Frontier a lot too.
Yeah. I mean, that does have like a lot.
I mean, I guess I think we're looking for more like MMO RPGs though.
Yeah, like
there's
RuneScape,
like a hub of NPCs to go.
MapleStory.
I played Goat RPG.
So. What is it?
Goat. It's the Goat Sim.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're going on the edges. You're edges.
We want an MMO RPG.
We're looking like RuneScape, World of Warcraft kind of style.
Yeah,
like
there's so many of them
with multiple places you can go to.
Like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, MapleStory.
MapleStory. Yeah, I know you played MapleStory for a while, but like, what if you go into that game and you were to go around the world? What do you do? Like, other than leveling,
like what entertains you from place to place? Like when you walk into a town or something like that. Like, why are you there? What are you expecting to be able to do there? Like RuneScape, you can buy stuff. You can talk to
usually
NPCs.
Looking for ways to get missions so you can get pesos, which is their currency. Not pesos, mesos.
Peso, I got a Mexico.
Yeah, true. You go for missions. You can go out and hunt things. There's mobs all around. You can go to like a special area and mine. You can sell with other people. Do like boss fights. It's pretty much that.
Yeah, so I guess it's like a community hub then. Like where you can interact, NPCs. Now, if you go out into the regular world where you're not in a town, what are you doing? Because obviously you go to the towns and you explain it perfectly. You go get missions, interact with the community, set up like group events, and talk to NPCs. But like, what do you do outside like the natural world?
Usually, there's mobs everywhere, just different creatures that you can eliminate. You can go explore. There's cave systems sometimes that you can go into and mine stuff out. Basically, just going out to gather stuff that you can make a currency off of.
Yeah, so money making. Big thing, money making.
The amount of content you need to be able to fill in that space, the content has to be pretty condensed. Has to be pretty condensed, tight area in terms of how much stuff you need, because you need to have stuff to do on every single turn. And it seems like I can already see the reviews for the game coming up now. It's like, Star Citizen has these really cool plants and stuff like that, but the majority of them, I mean, there's only a select few places where you can actually do stuff. I mean, the majority of the planet is just boring. Nothing to do on it. I mean, you can walk around, but that's it.
Walk around, take
I get they don't have to fill every single inch in space with it because you have to be planet. But I mean, in order for these things to be entertaining, I mean, you have to have like on Hurston, Lorville, you need to have like 10 different Lorvilles. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I know. Like the business district's going to be something that'll be fun to explore. But I think, like Andrew said, there's got to be like wildlife on not on every single moon, because I mean the atmospheres definitely make a difference. Obviously, you can't just have like a planet with no oxygen and nothing on it have like a vast wildlife and flora and stuff. But I mean, you could go like the Star Wars route where there's like the asteroid with the worm with the Millennium Falcon, where it's like a specialized organism.
Maybe there could be like hunting, where you have to go out and hunt and kill a certain amount of animals. Like one of the things I've imagined happening. I turned you guys down by accident. Oh, my bad.
Oof.
One of the things I've imagined happening was going like space whale hunting, because like space whales are these giant things, and you have to go and take like a Retaliator bomber or something like that, and go blow them out of existence, and you have to go collect the stuff from them, like you would in any kind of like game like that.
Did you say
go, like,
Star Wars
space.
Rebels?
No,
they have the space whales in like Star Wars Rebels, isn't it?
You mean Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
Was it? No, there was definitely
Season
space
1,
whale.
Episode 3. The Palmora Run. Oh my gosh!
Nope. There's the space whales. Nope, there's the space whale. I'm thinking of the different space whales from Rebels. That's what I'm thinking of. The shitty space whales.
Okay, I'm talking about the giant Nebrae mantis.
No, those, yes, I know, but I'm talking about like these are like literal. Just they look like whales with tentacles.
Okay.
So yeah,
hopefully we get a better space whale than that. I mean, did you see the space whale they made? Like, they made like really quickly.
What, for Star Citizen? I didn't know.
Like in the live stream. Oh god, here I'll find a link for it. But it's the most generic looking. It just looks like a regular whale
with like tentacles. Yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, Star Citizen.
It literally
Space
has
whale.
like the whale mouth. Okay, so it's
cool.
They
have everything.
It's cool, but it's not like. I want something dangerous.
It's more creative. It's got to be more creative.
I want something massive and dangerous that can like murder you and your ship in space. Would be cool.
Do you want it to shoot lasers out of its eyes?
I want it to be like StarCraft with like the Leviathans. Like the massive like biological creature surviving in space, able to like rip you apart. That'd be cool. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. Would it be cool?
I mean,
yeah.
They talk about NPCs all the time being the main like these
focus.
Huge threats. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely the main focus. Like they said, like 99% of the interactions is gonna be like NPCs. Like that's the most of the world. At least that's what
I mean. Statistically,
argues.
That's what it should be. Statistically, unless you go out and specifically look for that kind of content somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, here, check out this picture. I'll put this in the Twitch for anyone who wants to watch. Oh, can I actually? I don't think I can paste links. All right, I'll put this in the Discord. You guys can look at it.
Yeah.
There we go. That's one of the big faunas that they talked about. That could be like a space whale. I mean, you could call that a space whale.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I just didn't realize that's compared to a Bengal. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's massive.
If you guys don't know, you guys listening right now, it's I think it's basically what they created it's one of those RTV create your own monster or whatever, create your own fauna, and it's one of those things from CitizenCon 2017, like the floating bulb things, but it's enlarged so big that they have it in scale next to a Bengal. I still don't see a banana anywhere for scale, but they have it next to a Bengal, and it's probably like 5 times as big as a Bengal. So I mean, obviously that's not good. Well, I mean, if they can have that for real,
awesome.
That'd be kind of cool.
But
I mean, that'd be like one of those things where it's like you have to have a Bengal in order to kill it. Like that could be something. I mean, that's what I really want on this game is these continuous public events, these live events that aren't just copy and pasted. They have story behind them. Of course, it takes a lot of work, but I think you can pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be fun monster hunting. I mean, you got Monster Hunter. You might have to track it, find it, and kill it. Of course, not as advanced as like Monster Hunter because it's a whole entire game. But like something where it's like, yeah, we need you to go out and kill this because it's been irritating our fighters in this area, and you go there and you have to find it. Like more like Evolve, like it's simple tracking, except Evolve's trash, and we don't want this to be trash. So that'd be nice. So yeah, so we've got that. But that'll be cool because that'll like fill space. Because right now we have like the discussion of building the planets and the cities and stuff, but like space, I totally forgot because like that's 99.9% of the area in the game is just going to be empty space.
Yeah, but I think the majority of the time we're going to be on a planet. We're going to be planet side.
Doing stuff, yeah. Like something interesting. And then, because, I mean, I like to be in space. I'd like to be able to go and like have plenty of space fights and stuff.
Then they have to create these massive space stations that can support this.
Like
even the truck stops right now are too freaking small.
They're pretty similar too. There's not much variation.
We need massive space stations like a Mass Effect and stuff like that, where you can like walk around for hours, never get lost. I mean, it's just the fact the amount of content they have to be able to produce to make this world just seem even playable.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Just remember, if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to ask us. Okay. We're currently discussing building worlds in Star Citizen and what goes into that.
Yeah, there's so much. I mean, the Biome on the Range video is like 30 some minutes, and that just is like such a basic overview. So, I mean, obviously there's so much to talk about, but now, I mean, we discussed all like building the moons, building the making it entertaining, but then we could go on to cities because that's, I think, where probably most of us are going to spend our time, especially with Hurston coming out in Lorville. They did go over with that tool that they used to build the cities in CitizenCon, the 2017 one. but I'm not sure what. This is live. That is correct. And
yeah, this is live.
we don't necessarily stream Star Citizen. We were thinking about doing some streaming on Star Citizen itself, maybe playing together. I mean, we do play it. Hopefully, when 3.3.5 comes out, my client will get more stable so I don't crash every 5 minutes and want to die. And if it does, whenever we play, I'd be glad to stream it because I've been wanting to get some actual content in. But we're discussing the building the cities now. What we want to see, because Lorville's coming out in 3.3.5. The business district's coming right after that, 3.4. Is that right? 3.4?
3.4. No.
3.55 now. Or wait.
Is it?
No, I think it's 3.4 still.
It's
still 3.4.
Locations. Business district. You are correct. Yep.
Yeah, 3.3.5 is out on the PTU for everyone.
Yeah.
They're still getting some things fixed out and worked. I'm going to download that tonight and play it, but I want to get the live version, hopefully, stable. And then 3.4 will be fun too, even though it's light. Yeah. But we... like Lorville, the landing zone right now, is the big city that we can play with.
Yeah. And it's I haven't been in it yet, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it. I mean, the thing I remember the most from it, there's a lot of travel time everywhere.
It takes a while.
Going on those monorails is... I wonder after a while if traveling 2 or 3 minutes and having to wait for a train, so having to wait for like a subway train or whatever, having to wait like a minute for that. I mean, this all adds up to like maybe 5 minutes to get somewhere. It's like how much that's gonna piss you off. And what if you forget something and you're like, oh crap? Or what if you crash and then you have to start back? It's just like I keep thinking it's like is immersion becoming too focused, and people are just gonna get frustrated. I mean, it's like after the 100th, 50th, even the 10th time, it's gonna be frustrating. I mean, we all saw how frustrating it is after when the airlocks first came out in 2.0. Super cool. They took like 10 seconds to open and close, but it was fun. Now they had to speed up the process because if they don't, people get really pissed.
Yeah, because you have to do it over and over and over again. And even traveling from planet to planet takes a long time. Someone did a chart where they looked over it, and I think the Cutlass takes like getting from Olisar to Hurston takes like 13 minutes, something like that.
I mean, it's different from going planet to planet, I think.
Like that's not as bad because you don't do as much.
Once you actually get to the place, you shouldn't have to take even more time. Like, I'm okay with it taking a little bit of time to go from place to place, like planet to planet, but not once you get to that planet. I should be able to get around that planet pretty easily.
Yeah, because when I travel, if I spend like 15 minutes going from one planet to another, and I get on that planet, I don't want to have to sit 15 more minutes to get to like where I want after landing zone. Because these places have the no-fly zones that are coming out. You have to land at point A or point B or whatever. I don't want to have to spend 15 minutes going to the planet, landing, 15 minutes going to the business shop that I want to go to. Because then I'm going to like 30 minutes of waiting time.
You're going to rip out your non-existent hair.
I'm gonna rip stuff off my bald ass head. System.
Yeah, no,
No, Smerson was talking. So he died. He died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah. No, I'm taking a video game class this semester, and that's something we talked about was immersion. And I think, especially if they're gonna try to make it immersive, like they're trying to, they have to be careful that they're not making it too immersive, because that's a question you gotta ask: is how much is too much? I mean, like, recently Red Dead 2 is released, and some people are even saying that's too immersive, because if you don't know, you need to like shave and bathe occasionally, or else you start looking different than you may want to look.
I mean, it's different in a single player game because it's just you, but I mean, when you try to interact and try to do stuff with friends, I mean, it's gonna get irritating.
Yeah, exactly.
So the system, I know that was brought up.
Yeah,
like, just in the
Brandon Chat asked that, yeah.
We see the system to system. I know they discussed that. I mean, obviously, it's a different travel way.
It's wormholes.
Instead of the actual quantum. But do you remember how long they mentioned that was going to be?
What they've mentioned is they didn't mention a time. What they did mention though is they said that going from system to system, navigating these wormholes, especially at least the first time,
It's gonna
and
be
if you don't have like a nav
right?
computer, it's gonna take skill. We don't know how yet. They don't know how yet. CIG's kind of built the foundation for the house, but hasn't laid out the actual plans for the house. So they're drawing the plans as we speak. So they're only trying to build the foundation right now. They don't know what the house is going to look like at all. So they're still working on the actual game design. But they said it's going to be kind of complicated. It's going to take skill. And I don't. You said he was in the chat. It says 30 minutes. No,
I'd want to die.
I don't think 30
Honestly,
minutes.
I'd
want to die. Like,
unless I'm
you can't
doing
make
something.
the exact same gameplay fun for 30 minutes. Like, what are you going to be clicking on? Like click on this point to travel through this part. I mean, 30 minutes. Like, I have to dedicate 30 minutes if I want to go to a different system. What if my friend is 2 systems away? I mean, what I have to spend an hour of my time getting there. I mean,
hopefully
no
it's
one's
different.
Gonna do that.
Hopefully it changes.
I think it's
system
gonna be like 5 minutes. I'd rather be 5 minutes of intense, difficult gameplay rather than 30 minutes of boring, tedious.
Yeah, if you're asking like you said, how long it should be, 5, like around like a 4 to 8, maybe 10 at max minute mark. I mean, even like 10 minutes is pushing it.
We're saying ask the game to plan ahead. The plan ahead for like an hour? No, I'm not planning ahead. Like, I mean, we still don't know like how systems and everything is gonna work. It's, like, how often am I gonna be in a different system other than my friends? Like, I don't know. But no, I don't want to have to plan an hour of my day just to be able to navigate and travel to where my friends are.
Like to get good skills, yeah. Like, I mean, understanding, I don't want it to be so hard that it alienates part of the player base. But yeah, like, well, that you're saying, like, you get together with your friend group at like Friday or something to go here and do something. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
Like, I agree. Yeah. You could get together with your friends to do that, but like having to be like, oh, out of the blue, like, okay, now we got to go to Hurston for a mission that we just decided, but it's going to take 30, 45 minutes. Like, how was I going to know that? And why am I going to have to wait this long? Like I said, we can't alienate the player base with such long jumps or with like such high skill level required to go through these jumps that these people are going to be like, why would I ever jump? I'm just going to get on like a Starliner, like a public Starliner, and go.
And just AFK.
Yeah, and just AFK. We want it to be something interactive, short enough where, yeah, if he needs managing, if you do such a jump, it has consequences. Yeah, like, you can't be like nonchalant with jumping, but it can't be so difficult that it's nearly impossible or hard for most players to do.
But I mean, the more you jump, the more data, I guess, you collect through these jumps. It should get easier and easier. It should get more automated, I guess.
Yeah, it'll become
like the first couple times you should. I mean, the way I imagine it working is that the first couple times you have to do it really manually, but as you do it, your computer picks up data and it allows you to do it more just automatically in the future. So eventually, you won't have to. You'll basically be able to do nothing. You won't have to do anything to navigate these wormholes. I mean, it's only for the ones you travel like, tens of times.
Yeah, because at that point you could just get up out of your seat, have your navigation system go and like, I don't know, pick up something, go move something you need to move, and then go. But it can't be like so long, because I couldn't live through 30 minutes of a jump. I'd want to die. That would be it. Because then, like, imagine if you work, because I hear this all the time, like, oh, what if I have to work 8 hours a day? Then, if they're very easy to jump through, it'll be boring. Yeah, if they're easy, but we won't want it so hard that it becomes alienating to some individuals.
It's all about finding a balance. I don't think when you said 30 minutes, I think it's a little too long. Maybe 10 minutes.
I think
it should actually be shorter.
10
yeah,
minutes.
I think it should
max.
I think it should be shorter than quantuming from thing to thing. But it should be difficult. That's what it should be. I'd rather it take skill. Or you could do it like this. The more skillful you are, the faster you navigate through it. How about that? It's like if you're really unskillful, it takes you like 15 to 20 minutes to do it.
Then you're just
but if you're really skillful, you can cut that time down to 5 minutes. And so that encourages even more type of game. That's another type of gameplay.
Yeah, like people who are specialized in it, who are like pay me to go here. I can get it done in like 3 minutes instead of your 12, 15 minutes. And then that'll be like it could be even like a profession. Like
I mean, I would
navigator.
definitely pay people in-game money to save me time. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Like being extremely quick compared to, like your 10, 15, 20 minute jump. Because then because if I'm trash at it and I can never get better at it, I'm going to be paying people because I never want to sit through a 20-minute jump because I'm probably either going to get bored with the gameplay trying to do it or get frustrated, or I'm going to need to like take a pee and I'm going to ruin it for myself. But that's the jumping. Cities we were talking about, like we talked about like moving around the cities. Smurfson, have you been to have you viewed any of the stuff on Lorville and ArcCorp?
I actually don't think I have. I'll take a search and see
what games have you played that have been like a huge like interactive city experience?
I'm trying to think. You mean like you can walk around?
Like you go into a city, you can interact with NPCs.
Sims, even The Sims is something you can talk about.
Yeah, okay. That counts.
I played
you played Spore. I think Spore has a bunch of stuff.
Spore's fun. It has cities, but you can't like really walk around them much.
I played like RuneScape.
RuneScape, yeah, I could see it definitely being like an interactive city. Are we talking about
definitely
like populating the cities, like what you'd want inside of them, like NPCs and stuff, mission givers.
Yeah.
City skylines.
Oh jeez.
Like actual like interactive content. Like we wanted the NPCs. We want enough there to be able to get missions from, talk to
each NPC needs to be able to say something. Have a little bit of dialogue.
Right now they just sit there and look at walls and say nothing. There's no talking. That makes it feel open. Like Cyberpunk 2077. If you saw the little demo gameplay.
That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Everyone's talking, interacting, and it makes it feel alive.
That's how many different voice actors you're going to have though.
They're at such a big scale. They're going to need so many people. It's going to be disgusting.
Yeah, it's going to take so much money.
And at that point, you got to think like how many voice lines do you record before it gets either like diminishing returns, like people aren't going to hear them all, or you can't record so little that you hear the same voice line after standing like 2 minutes in the same place. Because then it's just like, did that guy just talk about the same subject twice at the same exact time?
I can hear Angry Joe pointing them out right now in a review. It's like, it's like these places are cool. There's so many hundreds of NPCs, but I'm only hearing like 3 or 4 different voices, and that's it.
Yeah, they have to have
3
like
or 4
hundreds.
different lines of dialogue.
Like hundreds of like
thousands,
general people.
Thousands.
Yeah. I mean, to populate some of these lectures like ArcCorp with how big it's going to be.
I kind of feel like they can go the route of GTA. I feel like they pulled it off when you're like in this huge city setting. Somehow they
make it like somewhat interactive. Did we play 3.3.5? I've played 3.3. I tried to download 3.3.5 while I was at my dorm, and it was not downloading right. So I'm gonna do that tonight. I've watched so many videos on Hurston now.
We watch streams all the time and everything. So,
but we want. Obviously, it has plenty of NPCs. There's so many NPCs and variety in the guards and everything.
Kind of lifeless, though. I mean, let's be honest.
Right now, they're lifeless.
Yeah.
And we hope to have like some lifelike experience, but and obviously we mentioned over and over again the scale at which they want to do this is so ridiculously massive. How many planets, and then like what an alien city is going to look like. Well, if we want to go Banu planets, Cheyenne planets, I want to go buy some like Vandal prostitutes. Like what's gonna happen?
You buy some turtle prostitutes? No. The turtles are the turtles are the.
It's the other one. It's the third one, right?
They're the Jean. Yeah, the Banu are like the really tall,
weird ones. They have like square heads, don't they?
Yeah, they have like their heads are tree heads.
They're like Groot. They're Groots.
Yeah,
they have like Groot head. Like that. But then you have the turtles, then the Vandal, which are like more insectoid. Isn't that what they're like? Fishy. They're fishes. They fish. But there's so much stuff to do. Like Lorville, there's plenty to do. And then when the business district comes out, they're going to be even more. Yeah, the no-fly zones.
That's going to be a lot of shopping. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of shopping. It's going to
be the same ships they're the same shops we usually go to.
Yeah, hopefully there's like some more. We have bars, like they mentioned. They showed off the bars. Like, I mean, really, when are you going to go into a bar? Much other than for like maybe find like a back table mission or something, and then getting to a point where I'm gonna want to walk around, because like Mass Effect on the Citadel, it was interesting to walk around, but these were very small and isolated places.
Yeah.
And there wasn't much. All the NPCs talked and stuff, and there was like a shopping district, medical district, and stuff like that. But they were very, very small. But they were good views. They had good stuff there, and they were handcrafted to a point where it was entertaining. But this game, it's like 1,000,000 times that scale in each city. And the procedural generating, they showed they have different districts that they can put down. They can put down like a business district. You know, they can raise the heights of these, and when you populate them with like residential districts, shopping districts, and all this, it populates not only like the buildings, but like signs, NPCs, interactive areas, stuff like that, and procedurally generates them. So there's going to be a layer of procedural generation in these cities, but hopefully it's not so much that it makes it like boring and repetitive.
All right, I hate to do this, but I gotta get going because I got work really soon. So
I think we pretty much covered everything anyway.
Yeah, if you want to wrap it up right now, otherwise you guys can keep talking. So
I mean, I think we'll wrap it up while you're here. We'll get it done. Sure. So we have, if you're watching the stream right now, of course, you can see on our screen where we keep our things on YouTube. We will be uploading this podcast to Citizen Watch. We are Citizen Watch SC on Twitch. Twitter, we are at Star Citizen, or I keep saying like Star Citizen SC, but it's not. It's Citizen Watch SC on our Twitter. We are also on Spotify, SoundCloud, and iTunes. So you can find us all there.
Download it on there if you guys just want to listen to the full podcast. Just
nice
not have
edited
to watch a
audio.
video.
It'll be nicer edited audio
better.
with no background noises and everything. It'll be nice. Stuff edited out. A little bit of jazzy music. But we are also on those platforms for audio listening. And as well as, there was something else. I was trying to think of what the other one was. I think that's everything, right? Those are also...
Do we have an Instagram or Facebook? No,
we don't.
I don't think so.
No, we won't have a Facebook. Maybe we'll get a Facebook someday. We might make a Discord sometime soon with people following and viewing.
Yeah.
So we can create a Discord in places where people can talk, and we'd like to open up a new section where we can actually answer questions, because it seems like we want to interact. We want to answer more questions. It gives us more things to talk about. But right now, those are all the places you can find us at. We would like to give a special thanks to Smurfson for joining us.
Yep.
And we hope he will be back sometime again. I know he mentioned he might want to continue joining us on our
just
podcast.
Gotta figure out your schedule and everything.
Yep.
Pretty much.
We stream this live every single Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. And then after, I spend the time to edit and upload. So it normally goes out. The SoundCloud and the audio bites go out Tuesday night. And then we see our video stuff on YouTube on Wednesday morning or even Tuesday late night. But with all that being said, we want to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving, since that is coming up.
Don't forget to, Smurfson, did you want to plug your YouTube channel real quick?
Yeah, sure. So I upload once in a while to my channel Smurfson, so if you want to pop a sub, then feel free to.
He has a lot of cool game trailers and stuff like that, and focused a lot on Titanfall, but you've done some CS:GO stuff before, and
fun CS:GO.
I think you're pretty good. I think you need a lot more exposure. So,
thanks, dude. Oh,
the touched in the heart. It's a happy Thanksgiving. So so if you guys want to follow us on any of those platforms, you can go ahead and do that. We'd really appreciate it. Any feedback, we'd also love to hear. And like we mentioned, we stream this, so if you do follow us on Twitch, you will get the notification for the stream. We normally start around like 1:50 is when we put up the stream starting, and then we kind of go from there. So we hope you all enjoyed.
Yeah.
Again, have a happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys on the next podcast.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.